What is going on, guys? My name is Lextasy and welcome back to the channel. And yes, I am recording on my iPhone, so I do apologize if the video is a little shaky because, well, we just had another accident on one of the rental cars, and this one, oh, it's so much worse in person. Holy crap, man. Let's get this video going, guys. This is insane, but I'm glad the renter was all right. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this. This is my 2018 BMW X5. Super nice car. I mean, this is like really top of the line loaded. Beautiful car. So I get this random text from a renter, which luckily was actually a friend of mine, so that worked out in a good way. Hear this whole story out. So what happened was he texted me like 30 seconds before his rear tire exploded, right? Doing 60 miles an hour, exploded on him on the highway. Because he texted me, was like, hey man, the car is shaking. And then literally 30 seconds later, he's like, hey man, tire blew out. I'm on the side of the road in construction zone. And this is the aftermath. That is so much worse in person. Holy crap. Now, this is not a bad tire, but I have never seen a tire literally peel apart like that. There's literally wires. Holy crap, look at that, guys. It literally exploded on him. He wasn't kidding, man. This is a Pirelli tire. This is a good brand of tire, Scorpion actually, but I mean, look at that. It completely just split in half. I've never seen that before, and as you can tell, this is the aftermath. I mean, golly, the whole tire was just slapping the side of the, oh my god, look at this, guys. Oh, that's bad. That's most of that will buff out, but you're gonna have a lot of tire marks, man. This thing's gonna need probably a paint job, guys. It goes back out in about 4 days, and I have to figure out a way to fix this. I have never seen that before. I don't even know. Our fender cover is gone. This is what's crazy. Look at this, guys. Somehow, even this part right here, this little towing, sorry, I'm not used to doing it this camera, but that somehow came out as well. This little cover here, so I guess from the impact or maybe from the explosion, it just literally, oh, it broke it off. There's just parts here. God, this is insane, guys. Oh, I'm trying to smile. I'm trying to be positive, man. This is a lot worse than I thought it was gonna be. So now my goal is to fix this car within 3 to 4 days. So I need new tires. Of course, luckily we're at Rennwerx, guys. So if you have any German cars, anything you need done here locally in Asheville, hit them up. I mean, they know what they're doing, but I towed it straight here from the side of the highway, and now it's started to fix it. I don't even know how to start, but luckily it was my buddy that was driving it, that was renting from me. Now why I'm saying luckily is because he handles the situation correctly. This is insane, guys. Look at this, damn. I'm trying to stay positive. I mean, dude, holy snap, it even smacked the window. Luckily, it's rubber, right? So rubber's gonna come out, but if there's any sort of, you know, wires and things like that, it's definitely gonna leave a mark. I mean, I'm lucky. You can take most of that out with, look at that, just by hand. So that's good. I'm just gonna have to figure out how to do a quick detail, maybe pay somebody to come out and do it. So now this video is, you're gonna see me, the process of fixing this car, and we'll see what the bill looks like. I don't know. I mean, you won't see another Pirelli tire in any of my cars anymore. I'll tell you that much. I don't know, to tell me how this is even possible. I mean, Jesus, look at that. This right here is really weird, man. It literally just kind of tore completely into pieces, but the way it just cut across, it's such a weird explosion. I've never seen that before. I don't even know what to think right now, honestly, guys. It did rip a few hoses here, I can tell. Looks like just evap hoses, so nothing too serious. Hopefully ABS and all that modules are okay. Let's just see what happens. Give me a few days, let's start fixing this thing. But they said owning a rental company is fun, but I don't know, man. There's been a lot happening. If you see my previous, actually, I'm going to post the next video after this talking about all the cars and what damages has happened, which one has the worst luck. But that right there hurt so freaking much. That's going to be an expensive repair, but let's continue on, guys. Alrighty, guys, it has been a few days and we are back now with our BMW. Brandon has done an amazing job fixing it, getting it done, so it's all repaired for the most part. We did go ahead and get a used tire on here, so we have a set of 4 Pirelli Scorpions. That's the only ones I could find locally that match the 19-inch tires and the fat sidewall. But we're going to go ahead and take this car. We're going to go ahead and put the other 3 tires on there and then get it through the car wash and start fixing this thing, because it literally goes out in about 6 hours. So I have to get this car ready for the road as soon as possible. But we did get extremely lucky with this repair job, and again, thanks to Rennwerx, because these guys are, it's crazy what they're able to do. I mean, they know the inside and outside of all these German cars. But the cool thing right here is, yes, we're going to need a fender liner, which is about, well, we're going to go over all the repairs and how much it costs to fix and how much this whole explosion cost me. But so the wire, the hose that runs to the charcoal canister right here. Luckily just got barely touched, so we were able to repair that with the connector and fix it. This charcoal canister right there, if that was to explode, that bill would have been about 10 times as much as it is right now. So luckily we got lucky. The charcoal canister is good. I guess that's all for the evaporative emissions and all that stuff, to keep all the I guess things in the nasty I don't know, gas, whatever you want to call it, from leaking out into the air. So we got lucky there. And then this, the other hose that we were able to patch over there as well. And I mean, we legitimately got lucky on this explosion, because it exploded, if you guys remember, on the outside of the tire here, and it kind of blew out this way. That's where we're missing the little reflector here, which is super cheap, and then a little connector here, which I think I could find another one. That's for the towing hooks, I think is where it goes. But again, oh god, I hate looking at that. It looks worse every time I see it. But most of that luckily should come off, guys. So I'm super excited. And we'll go over all the repair bill at the end of this video. But for now, let's hop in the car. Let's go ahead and get it to the tire shop, and we'll continue repairing it. We got so much to get done today. So this is the life of being a car rental company, guys. There's always something happening, but let's hop in and go. All right, so we are at the tire shop right now. They are swapping all the other 3 tires now, so we have a decent, good set. Now, why am I going with used tires right now? Because, well, the reservation, like I said, was 2 days after the explosion happened, so there's no way I could get a new set of tires in. And in fact, to get a good Michelin set of tires, it's about like a month and a half out for a good deal. So it's just kind of tough to get a new set in right now. There's just such a big shortage on all kinds of tire parts. But we're gonna put a used set on right now, just so we can get this reservation through. They are a good set. It's I think it's a Pirelli, unfortunately, but we're just gonna run it for, you know, a week or so, or 2, and then we're gonna put a new set of tires. So the other one still had decent amount of tread on it, but I just don't want to risk it, guys. So I just want to put a decent set of tires on, and we'll go from there. But we're gonna get this thing, as soon as they get the tires done, we're gonna run it through the car wash and see how much of that stuff can come off just by running it through one of those. And then after that, we're gonna try to finish and polish it off ourselves and get it ready in the next 5 more hours to, you know, get this thing back on the road. It sucks, man. It's so expensive to fix these cars sometimes, but it is part of the game. Alrighty, guys, so we got the BMW back to the headquarters, I guess you can say, to do further repairs on it, or a little bit of a polishing. So we did run it through the car wash, and you can tell it did get a lot of the stuff out, but then you still have the little deep scratches in here. God, you can see how it's just smacked it around. And this is not just like tire marks, man. You can tell that the paint itself has been scratched with the wires that are in the tire as well. But we do have a little bit of work ahead of us, especially this backside right here. I think this is what took the most brunt of the hit from whenever the tire exploded. But again, it should for the most part come out pretty easily. So I was told by one of my detail guys to use this bug and tar remover. So as long as the paint itself is dry, or the side of the car is dry, you just spray this on and then slowly kind of rub it out, and it should pretty much come out easily. So that's what we're going to try right now. I'm hoping for the best, because again, this car does go out in just a few hours, so we're definitely hoping to get this knocked out. So I'm going to put you guys on a little tripod, and then you'll just see the time lapse, I guess, of how fast we can get this stuff off. Hopefully it comes off pretty easily. We're going to use fresh and brand new microfiber towels, so hopefully that helps. But wish me, guys, for the best, man. Paint job on this car is stupid expensive. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, after a few minutes of scrubbing, look at that. All the tire marks are pretty much gone. Now, if you get up and close, you are going to see scratch marks. It is insane how much damage it actually did. It does going to need, or will require, a repaint of this side, I will say. And the reason I'm saying that is there is a lot of spots where the paint actually has been completely tore out. Again, it is from the wires of the tire, so it's not looking too pretty, but up close and personal, it's not too good. But from far away, it looks like nothing ever happens. What's crazy is, like, there's spots right there, right here, where you can see the wire went through. There's actually a tire wire stuck in the paint there. It's actually, you could poke your finger on that. So it's insane how much damage this thing did. You can see, like, up close, the swivel marks from the tire slashing around or spinning around. Bug and tire remover by Turtle Wax. This stuff is freaking amazing. So if you ever run it through, like, some, let's say, paint on the, you know, if they're painting the road, or you go through some bad tire marks or bugs, you know how they are these days in the summer, this sucker will take care of all that. I'm going to keep this around for sure. I had no idea it was this good, but it definitely works. So let's sit down and talk about how much damage and how much this whole thing is going to cost me when it comes to, you know, getting this car to look exactly how it was before the reservation and the blown out tire. So this part right here sucks. All right, guys, so let's talk about how much did all of that damage cost me so far. So Whew, God, this sucks. All right, so that's this part of the business, right? I keep saying it, but it really is a very big inconvenience. Imagine if this car was to go out the day after this reservation would ended. There was no way I could have done. I would have lost hundreds of dollars on the next one. Luckily, this one only goes out in the next 3 hours, so I have time now to finish prepping it, drop it off, and go from there. How much did everything cost me? Let's start with the towing. So in order to get it off the highway, which was in the horrible spot, construction zone, which there's already towing companies that have pretty much their territory. So if I was to let it sit there long enough, I would have been screwed, because at that point, they would have towed it to a repo yard, and then getting it out and towing fees and stuff would have been horrible. But I got my buddy on it pretty quick, so it cost me, I think, right at I think 85 bucks is what I paid to get it towed to Rennwerx, which are, again, Brendan is an amazing guy. So 85 bucks was for the towing. Then when it got to Rennwerx, luckily, like I said, he was able to patch a few things, the wires, connections and hoses and things like that. So I was able to fix it without having to fully replace it, especially that canister, the charcoal canister, which is actually $850, because, you know, there's a bunch of emission stuff. So luckily that did not get damaged. Like I said, the blowout was just towards the back, not up, because if it hit it up, I mean, God, it would have been the whole side destroyed. So that cost, I think he charged me right at $180 to do the patching and put the tire, take it off, put a new one on once we got it replaced. I did put a used set of tires on, again, because I need this to go out on the reservation. I just don't have time to wait a week, 2 weeks to a month to get a decent brand new set of tires, especially Michelin's or anything like that. I would lose thousands of dollars in rental, so I had to roll with this. So this 4 sets of tires, which are actually really good. They put Michelin's on. They actually were able to find a full set of Michelin's, and I would say they have a ton of tread on them. I think they're Defenders. So that set installed cost me $280. So that is not bad. That should last, again, a month, 2 months. Before winter, we'll of course swap out to new tires. We're not going to count the new tires, but the new tires would cost, I think it's 240 bucks each, because there's 19-inch tires. So they're about, that's $960, almost $1,000 installed for a new set of tires, but that's not part of the problem, so I'm not going to count that. How much did it cost to get the stuff off? I mean, literally it was $7.99 or $8 for a bottle of tar and bug remover, and a little bit of physical labor, so that's not bad at all. But to actually get it completely done correctly and to have the paint looking good, I don't think it needs a full respray. I think a little bit of touch-up paint and a full buff job should get a lot, if not all of that damage out of the side of that car. That alone, I think my buddy said it'll be about 300 bucks with the touch-up paint, so we do that. And then the little rear reflector that got blown out, that one from factory, I think they said was 35 bucks or something, so $35. And you're missing a little tow hitch cover, that one's like 10 bucks from BMW. And then you do need the fender liner, which is very important, because again, that protects all that stuff. That took the full brunt of the force of the hit of the explosion. That's what I would say honestly saved a bunch of that stuff that's hidden behind the fender flare or fender cover, whatever. I can't even talk right now, but that one is $300 from factory. All right, so that total comes out to pretty much right around $1,200 in damage that was caused on this reservation. Again, I don't think the renter was responsible. I just don't know why this tire completely peeled itself off. I've never seen a Pirelli do that. It only had about 50,000 miles on it. I think they're from factory, so it's not a bad tire, and it's only a 4-year-old tire, if that. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to think, but I'm not gonna blame a customer without, you know, knowing 100% it was his fault. So I don't think it was. So $1,200 in repairs for a reservation that was a 2-day reservation, no, 3-day reservation, that I made $144 on, because this was a buddy, so I had a good deal going for him. So 144 bucks. So technically I lost about $1,050 in less than 2 days from this damage and accident. So this is part of owning a rental business. You just don't know what's going to happen. You can have an amazing, you know, you can make thousands of dollars a month, or you can lose it all on this. So it's part of the game. You never know what's going to happen. It sucks. Yes, I could have went through my commercial insurance, but anytime you file a claim like that, it automatically skyrockets for your other vehicles. When we have 10 or 12 vehicles, so that's just, it will be too expensive in the long run to do that. So we just have to take, you know, the hit from this accident and learn from it and go on. The tires were good, that's what I'm saying. I just don't know. It's one of those freaking natures that it's not something we could have predicted or been ready for. It just happens, guys. But again, that's just part of being a car rental business. So, but we learned from it. On top of that, I did go ahead and upgrade him to a Yukon, which was $150 a day vehicle that I did not charge extra for, because again, for the inconvenience of that happening, I mean, that's pretty, it's something that's going to be on your mind for a while, especially driving on the highway. I know it is. So I did lose that, and I did have a reservation that came in on that vehicle literally an hour after I released it to him. So I lost another, I think, $700 in a reservation on that one, but it's part of the game. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you love to watch stuff like this about stories on car rental business or racing and drag racing on a bunch of cars, from the R6 to 1,000 horsepower Durango to our IS300 drift build that we're doing, subscribe down below, guys. There's so much coming. We love doing this stuff. It's all part of the part of the game. It's just something you learn from and continue and move on and pay the bills and roll with it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy your lives, enjoy your cars, and I will see you next time. Peace.